but the musical history as well. The score by Harold Arlen, with lyrics by E.Y. Yip Harburg, became a defining moment in American music. It helped move movie musicals away from earlier revue-style films toward what we now call the integrated musical, where songs reveal character, they advance the story, and they shape emotional meaning. Herbert Stockart's orchestral scoring unified the film dramatically, creating a seamless relationship between story and sound. There are so many facts about this movie, and it's literally filled with lore and story and all of the back things that were happening with that movie. But it wound up that the film won the Academy Award for the Best Original Score and Best Original Song for Over the Rainbow, a song often called the greatest movie song ever written, and later named the #1 song of the 20th century by the Recording Industry Association of America and the National Endowment of the Arts. Released near the end of the Great Depression, the music offered audiences hope and escape, a vision of a better world just beyond reach. During World War II, and this was a new fact to me, we're off to see the Wizard was even adopted by Allied troops as a marching song, a reminder of home and optimism during uncertain times. Its success shaped the future of musical storytelling and even influenced works like the musical Oklahoma, helping define the modern American musical. Today, The Wizard of Oz and its music are preserved in the U.S. National Film Registry as a lasting cultural treasure. This piece is deeply personal to me. The Wizard of Oz was the very first color movie that my mother saw as a 5-year-old child. And she never forgot the moment when the screen suddenly came alive in color. That hadn't happened before. And that sense of wonder stayed with her for her entire life. And she passed that love of that movie down to my brother and me. So tonight, this music feels more than nostalgia. It feels like memory shared across generations for me. So as you listen, you may find these melodies remind you not just of a film, but of the people and moments that first introduced them to you. And when you hear Over the Rainbow, perhaps you'll hear it the way the audiences first did. Not as something familiar, but as a moment of hope and wonder. Trail of Tears is one of James Barnes' most powerful and serious works. It reflects on the forced relocation of the 5 civilized tribes: the Cherokee, the Choctaw, the Creek, the Chickasaw, and Seminole nations during the 1830s. A journey in which more than 4,000 Native Americans perished from starvation, exhaustion, and exposure to the elements. Rather than telling the story literally, Barnes creates an emotional journey through sound. In musical terms, we would call this a tone poem. Listen for the weight of the low voices and the sense of instability throughout the music. At one point, members of the ensemble speak phrases in Cherokee, a moment not meant as theater, but as remembrance. This piece is a remarkable work, and ultimately, it doesn't ask for resolution, but just for reflection. throughout my teaching career, I've tried to honor his incredible legacy by at least trying to play one of his pieces at least once a year, if not every 2 years. His music has a lyrical beauty and imagination, remembrance, and celebration aspect to it. And what makes his work so enduring is its sincerity. His music speaks directly to performers and listeners alike because it reflects shared human experiences, moments of reflection, struggle, and ultimately joy. Before we conclude, I want to express our deep gratitude for those who make music like this possible at Tyler Junior College. We are so incredibly thankful for the support of our TJC President and CEO, Dr. Juan Mejia, and the TJC Board of Trustees, whose commitment to the arts, and especially to TJC music and the band program, allows our students and our community to experience performances like tonight's. We are also very grateful for the leadership and encouragement of our Dean of Humanities, Communication, and Fine Arts, Dr. Jim Ritchie, and our outstanding music department chair, Mrs. Heather Mitch. I would also like to recognize our director of bands, one of my very best friends, Mr. Jeremy Strickland, along with our wonderful flying music faculty, Mr. Michael Bell, Dr. Danny Chapa, Mr. Tom McGowan, Mr. John Floyd, Ms. Catherine Boylan, and Ms. Erica Martinez, whose daily work shapes the musicians that you hear on the stage. Let's give them a hand, please. And finally, to these students who meet me every morning at 8:15 a.m. and willingly follow my lead as we explore this wild and wonderful journey into musical artistry. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your heart. Look at the person on your left. Look at the person on your right. Look at the person behind you. And look at this bearded guy up here. And the rest of my day is downhill from there. So, as we close tonight's program with the Silver Gazebo, I love this because if you read your program notes, you'll see who we dedicated it to. James Barnes reminded us that band music has always been about community, about ensemble, about people trusting each other, and people coming together to share joy through sound. So sit back, relax, tap your toe, and enjoy this march. James Barnes, the Silver Gazebo.